Hello, and welcome back. Luke 9. When Jesus had called the 12 together, he gave them the power and authority to drive out all demons and to cure diseases, and he sent them out to proclaim the kingdom of God and to heal the sick. He told them, "Take nothing for the journey: no staff, no bag, no bread, no money, no extra shirt. Whatever house you enter, stay there until you leave that town. If people do not welcome you, leave their town and shake off the dust, shake the dust off your feet as a testimony against them." So they set out and went from village to village, proclaiming the good news and healing people everywhere. Now Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was going on, and he was perplexed because some were saying that John had been raised from the dead, others that Elijah had appeared, and still others that one of the prophets of long ago had come back to life. But Herod said, "I beheaded John. Who, then, is this I hear such things about?" And he tried to see him. When the apostles returned, they reported to Jesus what they had done. Then he took them with him, and they withdrew by themselves to a town called Bethsaida. But the crowds learned about it and followed him. He welcomed them and spoke to them about the kingdom of God, and healed those who needed healing. Late in the afternoon, the 12 came to him and said, "Send the crowd away so that they can go to the surrounding villages and countryside and find food and lodging, because we are in a remote place here." He replied, "You give them something to eat." They answered, "We only have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, unless we go and buy food for all this crowd." About 5,000 men were there. But he said to his disciples, "Have them sit down in groups of about 50 each." The disciples did so, and everyone sat down. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke them. Then he gave them to the disciples and to distribute to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. Once when Jesus was praying in private and his disciples were with him, he asked them, "Who do the crowds say I am?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others that one of the prophets of long ago has come back to life." "But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Peter answered, "God's Messiah." Jesus strictly warned them not to tell this to anyone, and he said, "The Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law, and he must be killed, and on the 3rd day be raised to life." Then he said to them all, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will save it. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, and yet lose or forfeit their very self? Whoever is ashamed of me and my words, the Son of Man will be ashamed of them when he comes in his glory and in the glory of the Father and of the holy angels. Truly I tell you, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the kingdom of God." About 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John, and James with him and went up onto a mountain to pray. As he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. 2 men, Moses and Elijah, appeared in glorious splendor, talking with Jesus. They spoke about his departure, which he was about to bring to fulfillment at Jerusalem. Peter and his companions were very sleepy, but when they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the 2 men standing with him. As the men were leaving Jesus, Peter said to him, "Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what he was saying. While he was speaking, a cloud appeared and covered them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. A voice came from the cloud, saying, "This is my son, whom I have chosen. Listen to him." When the voice had spoken, they found that Jesus was alone. The disciples kept this to themselves and did not tell anyone at that time what they had seen. The next day, when they came down from the mountain, a large crowd met him. A man in the crowd called out, "Teacher, I beg you to look at my son, for he is my only child. A spirit seizes him, and he suddenly screams. It throws him into convulsions so that he foams at the mouth. It scarcely ever leaves him, and is destroying him. I begged your disciples to drive it out, but they could not." "You unbelieving and perverse generation," Jesus replied, "how long shall I stay with you and put up with you? Bring your son here." Even while the boy was coming, the demon threw him into the ground in a convulsion. But Jesus rebuked the impure spirit, healed the boy, and gave him back to his father, and they were all amazed at the greatness of God. While everyone was marveling at all that Jesus did, he said to his disciples, "Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men." But they did not understand what this meant. It was hidden from them, so that they did not grasp it, and they were afraid to ask him about it. An argument started among the disciples as to which of them would be the greatest. Jesus, knowing their thoughts, took a little child and had him stand beside him. Then he said to them, "Whoever welcomes this little child in my name welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. For it is the one who is least among you all who is the greatest." "Master," said John, "we saw someone driving out demons in your name, and we tried to stop him, because he is not one of us." "Do not stop him," Jesus said, "for whoever is not against you is for you." As the time approached for him to be taken up to heaven, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem. And he sent messengers on ahead who went into a Samaritan village to get things ready for him. But the people there did not welcome him because he was heading for Jerusalem. When the disciples James and John saw this, they asked, "Lord, do you want us to call fire down from heaven to destroy them?" But Jesus turned and rebuked them. Then he and his disciples went to another village. As they were walking along the road, a man said to him, "I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." He said to another man, "Follow me." But he replied, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." Jesus said to him, "Let the dead bury their own dead, but you go and proclaim the kingdom of God." Still another said, "I will follow you, Lord, but first let me go back and say goodbye to my family." Jesus replied, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God." May God bless the reading of his word. Alright, so last time, we tried to rescue Penelo. We sort of succeeded. She just kind of was let go when we were already there. And then we tried to do a hunt. And you can see that took me about 3 hours. So, yeah, I forgot to turn in the hunt, so that's what we're first doing today, is we're turning in the hunt. After reading the journal, and Bosch's poll finished. So, Bosch's poll finished, and the winning result for him was Bushi. So, Bushi, sword masters who devote themselves body and soul to their lords. Weapons: katana. Techniques: sight unseen. Use the mind's eye to strike. You have defeated the Nidhogg? Ha! Most glorious of days! Now I hope they will reopen the mines. Here, a gift from the miners. 600 gil, rose corsage, and balaclava. Take this too, as a memento of the service you have done us. It is a Nidhogg molting. Very good powdered and eaten. Very good, very invigorating. Great serpent skin. The molted skin of the great serpent, the Nidhogg. A single glance at its gargantuan span is enough to discourage most would-be hunters. Take me to him. You're ready for your audience, Bajra? I'm ready. His Excellence the Marquis is otherwise occupied until sunset. Please, I will show you to a place where you may wait in comfort.
Sir Bosch von Ronsenberg. It was not so very long ago that I announced you had been executed.
And that is the only reason I draw breath.
So you are the sword he strung above my head. Vane has left not a thing to chance. And?
A leader of the resistance has fallen into Imperial hands. A woman by the name of Amalia. I would rescue her, but I need your help.
This resistance leader, This Amalia. She must be very important. You understand I've my position to consider.
Would you let us see Larsa? He's got my friend with him.
I'm afraid you're too late. Lord Larsa's cortege has already rejoined the Imperial detachment. I am told they will depart for Rabanastre upon the arrival of the fleet this eventide.
I guess we're not getting Penelope just yet. I wasn't kidding when I said we wouldn't have her back for a very long time, okay?
What are we waiting for?
You to calm down.
Captain Ronsenberg, surely the exigencies of position are not lost on you. Why, indeed, you should find the enemy's chains an easy burden to bear.
Wait. Sorry. Can't be helped.
Summon the guard.
Huh?
They are to be taken to Judge Geese.
Yep, we're arrested for a second time here. The Royal Palace of Rabanastre, Consul's Chambers.
Tie my hands and look what happens. I tell you, this country's obstinacy knows no bounds.
The insurgents in Rabanastre operate alone at present. However, should they garner external support, the situation could worsen. We have found the counter-imperial elements in Bujerba to be conspicuously well-funded. No doubt Marquis Ondor is behind this. Ondor must be reined in.
By the way, the Marquis has written us a letter. He claims that he's recaptured our runaway. He's given him to Geese.
He will die by my hand.
Your fraternity is moving. Ah! Geese returns with Larsa. Tomorrow morning they will leave Bujerba. See him home safely, Gabranth. Now I'm expecting Dr. Sid. You may leave.
Oh boy, Sid!
We must see the real thing, to be sure. Nabadis taught us much. Yes, it's well hidden. They'll be off chasing after shadows, the fools. Ah, yes. The reins of history back in the hands of man. Ah, Vane. You seem to be enjoying your job as consul.
I was kept waiting fully 2 years. What news of Arcades? Our honored members of the Senate?
Hard at work, as always, trying to find a dagger for your back.
They are welcome to try.
Not sure that Sid is actually an ally in this game. You first. Dreadnought Leviathan.
The prisoners, my lord.
Majesty.
After what you've done, how dare you? You're supposed to be dead.
Come now, come now.
Have you forgotten your manners? This is hardly the courtesy due the late Princess Ashalia Benargin Dalmasca.
Princess?
A lot of people who
To
were
be sure,
said to have
she bears
died
no proof
didn't
of her former
actually
station.
die.
No different than any mean member of the insurgents.
We didn't see him die. They're
His
not dead.
Excellency the Consul asks the Ministry of the Disthroned Royal Family in restoring peace to Dalmasca. Those who foster instability and unrest, who claim royal blood without proof, they shall meet their fate at the gallows. There are no exceptions.
I will not play puppet to Vayne.
King Ramanas entrusted me with a task. Should the time come, he bade me give you something of great importance. It is your birthright, the Dusk Shard. It will warrant the quality of her blood. Only I know where to find it.
Wait. You took my father's life. Why spare mine now? You would have me live in shame.
If that is your duty, yes.
Stop being so stubborn. Keep on like this and you're gonna get us all killed.
Don't interrupt.
What?
Vaughn, that stone.
It was in the palace treasure.
Well, well.
Splendid. You've brought the stone with you. This spares us a great deal of trouble.
Don't give it to him!
You have to promise. No executions.
A judge's duty is to the law. Take them away.
My lord.
Lady Ash is to be quartered separately.
There goes the goddess's matricite.
Vayne Solidor, what fascination does this hold for you?
And that's the... yeah, that was the Dust Shard, in case you're wondering.
So you were carrying it all along. The Fate's jest.
Tell these fates of yours to leave me out.
Keep quiet.
There was nothing else that I could do. You know that.
Oh, I understand. Honor, duty, and all that. Still can't believe that was
I
a
say
princess.
keep quiet.
The Marquis has been busy.
Not lightly did I beg his aid. Listen, it's been a full 2 years. I alone have kept Her Majesty safely hidden. I doubted friend and foe alike. I could trust nobody.
You did your duty, and mine for me.
I'm getting her out. I need your help.
Of course.
Vossler joins the party as a guest. And I got a map of the Leviathan.
Wait. A word of caution before we set out. See that red web of light spanning the passageway? It is a mechanism to detect intruders within the ship. Break one of those beams and an alarm will sound, summoning the guard. The alarm should cease after a time, but it's better to avoid drawing unnecessary attention. Come.
Noted.
Her Majesty awaits.
Okay.
Fear not their numbers. Take down the leaders and the others will follow.
Judge. Got a level off of Bosch, I'm sure. And down they go. 16 Jane. That was a relatively easy boss. Congratulations! I got a #1 break key.
You are unharmed?
Vossler,
Majesty.
It's nothing. I'll be fine. You...
Come on, let's go. What are you waiting for? Penello's still out there.
We should hurry. They won't be long.
We will talk later.
Ash joins the party.
Majesty, we will cut your path.
I will not place my trust in the sword of a traitor.
Yet trust his sword we must, traitor or no. I see no other way. We track back, commandeer a ship, and make our escape.
She still sees Bosch as having slain her father.
Her Majesty cannot abide weakness, least of all in herself. We must make her confront the reality of our plight.
Oh, hi.
Ron.
It's okay. We're okay.
Geese knows you've escaped. You must hurry. You are Captain Azalus. You will follow me. We must reach the airships before they do.
You would let us leave knowing who we are?
Lady Ash, by all rights you ought not even to exist. That you and Captain Ronsenberg were made to appear dead is like a hidden thread laid bare. Your actions hereafter will pull at that thread, and we will see what it unravels. This is our chance. We must see this through and get to the bottom of it. I believe 'tis for the good of Dalmasca and the good of the Empire.
Very well, then.
Thanks, Lamont.
I must apologize. Penello, for you. May it bring you good fortune.
Thanks.
The Nethicite.
Let us go.
Vossler leaves the party, Penello joins the party. So yes, Penello is finally getting her pull. And we have obtained a piece of manufactured Nethicite. Penello joins at level 16 and has 820 LP. So yes, we will be using her stuff. Now this manufactured Nethicite has half damage from all elements and a magic resist of 3. It's quite good.
Such a great shame. I must confess, I thought you the one who would help us restore peace to Dalmasca. No matter, we hold the proof of your royal lineage. A maid of passing resemblance will serve our purposes now. As for you, my dear, the Empire requires you no more!
Nethicite.
What was that?
The Nethicite.
Your Majesty does not disappoint. Ever quick to spurn an honorable surrender, as was your father.
You know nothing of my father!
I got a Nishan bill from the judge. Alright, we're good on that now. Numerology. Okay, numerology is not seeming to do very much, so that's why I have it. Only limited use on that. That's okay. Oh, he is slowed. Okay. Can I try and mobilize? It says miss. May as well.
How about some of this?
I missed it. That took a decent amount of his health out. Greater barrier. That's essentially as good as done.
We've secured an Atomos. Come.
An Atomos? All skiff, no ship. Hardly fit for a leading man.
So I can fly it then?
You're mad.
Can't we go faster?
Not yet.
They passed.
Hasn't gone too fast, they'd have noticed.
Balthier, your handkerchief. I thought you might want it back.
I shall wear it close to my heart.
Perhaps you forget all that Ondor has wrought.
I do not forget, Majesty. It was by his counsel, dangerous though it may have been, that we were able to free you. You must meet with him, Your Highness, and give ear to his words. He may act in league with the Empire, but his heart is not.
It is as he says. I ought not have kept Ondor at so great a distance for so long a time. I have played the fool.
You were only being cautious.
Majesty, I would ask you for some time. On our own, we struggle in vain to restore Dalmasca. I must search out some other way. Until I should find it, I would have Bosch remain at your side. Doubt him you may. But I measure his loyalty to Dalmasca no less than my own.
I know you would not speak so lightly. Very well.
Keep her well. Go to Ondor and there await my return.
His Excellency has given orders that you are to be granted an audience. You are prepared? Take me to him. Then please come this way, Badra. No, are you sure? Because we're not getting locked out of anywhere this time.
When Vossler learned my father had been killed the night of the treaty signing, he returned to Ravenaster, there to aid my escape. There was still time before Vane's reach extended too far. We thought that you could protect me.
However, when I then made the announcement that you had taken your own life, I must have seemed a model citizen of the Empire. The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion. Of course, at the time I was reluctant, but I could not perceive his reasons. Now it is clear he meant to drive a wedge between us.
Halim, we are past all this. Boucherba must stand with us. We can stop Vane.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms. Your Majesty is a woman grown now.
Then Boucherba will aid me.
Suppose for a moment you were to defeat Vane. What then? You cannot simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without that, the Grand Kiltias on Bo-Omises cannot and will not recognize your Majesty as the rightful heir. You may yet be a princess, but without proof of your identity, you are powerless. You will remain with me. We do nothing till the time is right.
I cannot just wait.
Then what does your Majesty propose we do?
Uncle Halim.
Incidentally, what is the going rate for rescuing princesses these days? Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
This can be arranged, though it will take some time.
Time enough for a bath, I hope. Dirty business, you know. Ah, best bring a change of clothes, too.
He is a sky pirate, after all.
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden. I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
This is something that I have to do. Not only for myself, but for all those who have fallen. I will not be made to hide. I'll fight alone if I must.
You still have Bosch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty. What do you think? A bit over the top?
In my line of work, you never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
He has a recorder.
I'm leaving you with the Marquis.
You can't!
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead. You're a sky pirate, aren't you? Then steal me. Is that so much to ask?
What do you have that I would want?
The Dynast King's treasure. The Dawn Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
King Wraithwall, you say?
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense.
Yeah.
It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is the price on your head these days, I wonder?
Allow me to escort you in Vossler's place.
Will you be joining us?
What? Are you kidding? I don't want to stick around this place.
Then I'm coming too.
Penelo?
Don't leave me here.
Of course not.
Then it's settled. We should leave before the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
Our Arcadian Empire, the imperial city of Arcades.
Dr. Sid, does this set Draclaw?
I have confirmed he receives funds from Lord Vane. His agency in the fall of Nabudis is also certain. Yet, with Judge Zekt, who led the assault, missing, the truth remains difficult to ascertain.
The long, cold years have clouded my eyes. I cannot see my own son's heart.
My lord.
This illness will claim me. So then, who is to be my successor? The Senate fears the capable Peregrine Vane. They prefer a young fledgling emperor. Gabranth, once in the past I laid siege to your homeland.
The Republic of Landis is long since gone. My allegiance lies wholly with the Empire.
Perhaps. But what of your brother? He did not accept us as you did. He fled to Dalmasca. Did you never think to follow him?
I follow his every move. He is an enemy of the Empire. He will be cut down.
So you would kill even your own brother for the Empire. Be that as it may, Gabranth, your ruthlessness is not without merit. But it must not become this way with Larsa. You must ensure that it does not.
So then you ask me to be his sword, to strike where he might not.
Rather be his shield. Gabranth, keep your close watch on Vane. His is the keenest blade of all.
My lord.
Do this for me, Gabranth. I could not bear to see my sons war with each other again.
Dalmasca Wester Sand.
Whoa. This come in handy often?
It's tough being popular. Wouldn't want any admirers dropping in while we're away. Well now, that's as far as she goes. We'll be in yacht from here onwards.
Across the Sand Sea, to the Valley of the Dead, and to King Wraithwall's tomb below.
So when you're in yacht, skystones don't work at all. That's why we gotta hoof it the rest of the way, you see?
Happy you get to teach me something for a change?
Well, if you want to be a sky pirate, you gotta know your... Hey, what do you mean for a change?
Come on,
At least we
accept
thought
it.
to bring
I'm smarter than
entertainment.
you.
Oh yeah? Says who? You want to see what they think about it?
I wouldn't be so confident.
Ogre Yensa Sansi. Not called the Sand Sea for nothing.
So, where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that, the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Dalmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
You are at that.
A construct to draw oil from the ground. Abandoned many years now, it seems.
Did Dalmascans build this?
No, the Rosarians. Their empire lies far to the west, ever at war with Arcadia. Heedless of the kingdoms caught in their midst. Dalmasca, Nabradia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vossler, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Bogerba, I find both you and the Lady Ash have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ash's decision. I am content to lend my arm, as I could not when Rassler died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walk the Knight's path. The Lady Ash?
We should leave this place.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
I see. So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Wraithwall's tomb. The Marquis sympathizes with your plight, yet the Empire perches as a carrion bird on his shoulder. He can keep whispers of your abduction silent for only so long.
Yes. Tell me, Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors. Looks like we've attracted the wrong sort of attention. Let's quit this place while we still can. Move!
Vossler! Have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins with that.
Vossler joins the party as a guest. Yeah! Fourth party member. Nam Yensa Sansi. Alright, we're going back. Because yes, that is an elemental. Salamander in tight. It's level 45. It has 48,000 health. We're not attacking it. Aramina crossbow. But yes, elementals are the reason why the northern area of this killed me several times. You can see why. because elementals spawned en masse. Turtle shell choker. Accessory 7 enables casting magics with Gil rather than MP. Seven. 100 gil per cast. Okay. Hello, Backseat Sauce Man. How are you doing today? We are exploring this entire area exhaustively. This is a huge map, as you can see, and we are doing our best to cover every inch of it. Oh, thanks for the subscription. You're doing well, that's nice to hear. How am I doing? You hit the goal! Wow! Thank you so much! I guess I'll be running a poll for what to do for this Saturday. Yeah, because, let's see. Here we go. So, I'll have an additional 6 hours onto this Saturday. Because it'll be for this Saturday, that means that I'm going to be running shorter polls for that. So I got lots of polls for this week. That wasn't on the list. Sorry. I have so many games already. If you go to the links there, one of them will be games to stream. And that is my list of what could go on that poll. Well, that's my overall list of games that I want to play, and over to the right-hand side is the list of short games that could go on the poll. Did you see that Aruta and Yensa just now, Kubo? They're usually a violent lot, but this one wanted help. Interested? Tell me. The Aruta and Yensa are all up in a panic about the creature on the Nam Yensa Sansi, their blood enemy, it seems. One of them was asking for help, and Aruta and Yensa asking for help. Whatever it is, it's got to be bad, Kupo. You look pretty strong. Maybe you could have a swing at the thing, Kupo? It's supposed to be something like a giant tortoise. He said he'd found some treasure in the Sansi, too. Why, you might be able to claim that as a reward if you're successful, Kupo. It's not quite a mark hunt, because it's not on a board, but it's basically a mark hunt. But we'll be doing that next time. For now, we've done a whole lot of exploring, and I think it's time to end. So when we come back, well, we have that hunt to do, and then we will continue forward. We're actually just about at the point where they recommend that you actually put license boards on your characters, so I'm surprised that people are supposed to go this far into the game without a license board. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.